And we are live. Welcome to Wednesday Night Fish Talk. How's everybody doing tonight? I see we got some people already in here. John, how you doing? PB Aquatics, how you doing? Meow Aquatics, thank you for joining us. Collaboration of Curiosities, thank you. FishTuber.com, thank you. Dave, how are you doing? Well, tonight we got guests, but they just finished their live stream. They will be here shortly. We actually got Rob93 and Kenny from the Fish Mob Hot Seat. So while we wait for them, guys, please share this and on all your social media sites. Let everybody know what's going on. S, how you doing? Fish tubers. So I'm going to start a fish tuber channel for interviews that will be featured on the site. If you want to be featured interview, let me know. Send me a message and we could schedule that. R&B, how are you doing? Muppet 929, how are you doing? Two guys, another thing that I haven't been really mentioning, but we really been working on trying to grow is our Facebook group, Fish Tuber United. That's the link. And it's pretty much a small Facebook group where we're sharing each other's videos and watching each other's stuff, helping each other, giving each other advice. Aqua Balls, how are you doing tonight? We got somebody behind here. Give me the thumbs up if you're ready. You ready? All right.
What up, man?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Dude, you know it, man. Having fun as always. How's it going, dude?
Man, same old thing. Same old
Word.
thing.
I hear it. I hear it, man.
You guys had a pretty good live stream right now.
Dude, every Wednesday it goes quickly. Every single time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Every
I've been
single
noticing
time.
that. It's just
Oh,
different
snap.
watching you now without fish tanks behind you.
I know, dude. This feels weird.
I'm,
I don't even feel like
well,
I'm a fish keeper.
until Kenny gets here, well, I'm gonna start shooting you the questions. How's it feeling not really having any fish? Like, what did you keep? Did you keep anything with you?
Actually, I got 2 containers that really don't have much in them. But all my fish are at a specific area where I go day to day and check and make sure they're all good. I have someone feeding them. So I mean, it, like you said, it's different because I'm not always thinking about them or always in the tanks or doing something. So it's almost putting like a different mindset on me. So it's just like, all right, so now I don't have to worry about my fish as much as I've always had before. So
True, true. Hold on, we got Kenny back there. You ready, Kenny? Give me a thumbs up.
oh yeah.
What up?
How's it
With it.
going?
What's going on, guys?
Same old, same old. Just talking about how Rob is a part-time fish keeper right now.
Oh,
Oh, man.
part-time.
What you gonna kick a man while he's down, man?
I had to bother him one time at least. I haven't talked to him in such a long time. It's been a while, but I've been seeing the changes, and that's why I wanted to bring you back on because the hot seat's been growing. You guys got a good live stream going right now.
It's all this dude right here, man. Oh.
Him on top of the crowd, it's unreal, bro. It really is.
You know, and you guys been knocking it. I say, my opinion, you guys been knocking out of the park with the interviews. You guys been doing your thing. You know,
he's been getting people on.
One thing I will say, if you're gonna YouTube, guys, just have fun. That's what it is. Rob and I ain't doing nothing out of the ordinary. We're just having fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. And Rob, I don't know, man. He brings out an energy in me. I feel like I'm about 20 years younger being around Rob. So he brings another side to me that I love, you know?
Yeah, you are a lot calmer on your normal stream compared to the hot seat.
You got to understand. There's a reason for that. Yeah, you make Danny mad, man. It's, you know, Rob, as soon as I hang up, it's over. With Danny, I make a mistake on our stream, I'm going to hear about it for a week. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be careful on our stream not to upset Miss Danny.
That's understandable.
I would be scared of Miss Danny as well. I would be as well.
Rob, you know you can't do no wrong with her. She thinks you are wrong way. Kenny get me all the time too. I think some of them carried over, man.
Oh no.
Now, what's the plans going with you now, Rob? I know you're getting your place. You're gonna be building this cichlid factory.
Oh man. I ain't gonna be like Kenny over here with 70 tanks or anything, but I'm keeping it, you know, decent to where I can breed and have some projects going.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it, you know, just actually focus a little bit more on the show that, you know, the hot seat, because like you said, it's growing. I want to make it a little bit better every week. I mean, it's getting better every week. So
and we got some more amazing guests coming down the road soon, man.
Oh yeah.
You got a list right now going, huh?
Oh yeah, we've got a few, man. Anybody we bring up's amazing. I mean, we just have fun with it. Yeah. Like I said, just got to have fun.
What's the history of the hot seat? What made you start this journey on this live stream? And you've been holding it very consistently now. You know, let's just share the background. What made you really go to start this?
Well, it was almost now 3 years of doing live streams, or 4 years being on YouTube. At this point in time, we had Andy's Angels and Aquafunk, and we were like, man, we really want to get like a, you know, just a not so serious live stream going, because every live stream we would come in, we're like, everybody's talking about scientific names and this, that, and the other, and we're like, hey, we can talk about fish, but we don't got to be so scientific about it, or we ain't got to be so proper. And then after that, you know, it just started to progress, and it actually was set in stone for Wednesday being our live stream day. And I've stuck with that since then and never have changed, no nothing. And being consistent is what really got here. And with having Kenny now, it has been 10 times crazier.
How did that come about? Oh.
Well, Kenny came up and he messaged me and was like, hey, you need some help? And I was like, actually, I kind of do.
Yeah, at the time things were kind of, I guess I felt bad for him because who he had co-hosted at the time had some issues, family issues came up. Rob had been trying to do it by himself then for been almost a month by yourself, I think.
Yeah.
I, of all people, know how hard it is to be trying to live stream by yourself. It's tough. You know, if you have somebody else up there, it just kind of gives you interaction, you know? So I reached out to him. I said, bro, I'm off on Wednesdays. If you need help, just holler, you know? And the rest is history. How long we been doing it now? I don't even know how long it's been, Rob.
Because every week goes by quickly, dude. I gotta check back too. I really do gotta check back.
I don't even know how long it's been. But like he said, that's the one thing about our show. It seems like we just get started and it's time to quit. I mean, it just goes that fast. every time.
Oh yeah, that's what happened with good live stream. They just in the blink of an eye, the hour's gone.
Yeah, it's just like bam, it's over.
Every week it gets faster.
R&B Animal says, Danik Aquatic, how is Danny?
She's back. She's feeling good, man. She streamed with me Sunday. She's on the mend finally.
Good.
And Anna Hobby says, Rob ate his word on the hot seat tonight. Did I miss something?
Oh, Rob has a signature move to all of our guests as we're getting started. He tells them, we're going to be friends right now. We ain't friends when the stream's going, and we'll be friends after.
We'll be friends forever.
Yeah.
After.
And Joey said, that's not what you told me, so I'm getting it. She told him she's going to get him, and she did.
That she did.
But that's what's nice, though, because he's always the bad guy. I'm the good guy on the show. So he always gets it. I don't get nothing on that show.
Ricky says, have you thought about making the stream longer?
In all honesty, with me and Kenny's problem, we always are like just always moving. We're always looking. We're always doing this. And a lot of people also want to make it there, and I get that. But also with doing an hour and those who have been there the whole hour, I don't feel like taking up that much time. You know, and it also gives that anticipation, like, oh man, I gotta catch next week or this week, or I gotta at least catch the live replay, because then, you know, I mean, I know it was fun, but at least I get to see it. But that 1 hour just wants to give them more. So
right, and we don't want to step on anybody's toes. If we were to do a 2 hour, then we'd be stepping on Carlos's toes. So we ain't about that. We don't want to be stepping on nobody's toes.
Then I have to move mine, and then
yeah, we don't. We're not them. We're not those guys, man. We just hours plenty.
That's the way I feel. I think an hour is great. I think most live streams over an hour, you know, it just, I think it's too much, especially, you know, having people sitting there watching you, you know, supporting you. I think an hour is a good amount of time. Thank you, Ricky, for sharing their channels. Now, what's in the future with the hot seat? Anything you could tell me? I know you guys like to keep things top secret a little bit, you know.
What's happening in the hot seat is that you might want to be there the next few weeks. And that's what I'll say about that. Hot seat's got some hotness coming.
I just want everyone to enjoy it. That's it. You know what I mean? Just have fun. A lot of people, like Joey said on the stream earlier, she said sometimes you got to get away from, you know, life, or you got to get away from just fish keeping, and you just want to talk to people you've been knowing for a little bit. And that's pretty much what I always went on, and I hope continue to see that, you know, there's new people every week that I don't see, and I'm like, man, you're right, it's growing.
I think that's why him and I get along and we gel so well. Is we both have now. Don't let our streams fool you. I mean, we have knowledge of fish, but for the hours we have, Danny and my streams the same way. It's just a good time. Let's get together. Let's forget about all the evil stuff that's in the world. And for 1 hour, let's just have a good time where all we're thinking about is the time we're having. There ain't none of that outside stuff. There ain't no politics. There ain't no world hunger. It's just everybody getting along and having a good time. And that's what we're about, man. Just get in and have a good time. Make everybody leave with a smile. If you could put a smile on somebody's face, we did our job, you know?
Now, other than YouTubing and fish keeping, y'all got any other hobbies y'all like to do?
I like to fish, man. I'm a hardcore fisherman. Danny and I love to camp. That's kind of our thing. We like to get out in the great outdoors. So,
okay. You ever feel bad when you eat fish in front of your fish? No? Okay.
I'm Norwegian, dude. Let me tell you, people have asked me that. I can't take away my roots. You know what I'm saying? I am Norwegian, and we eat fish, you know. One of my favorite to eat is lutefisk. And what that is basically codfish that they bury under the ground for 7 or 8 months out of the year, and they bring it out between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's a delicacy that we eat. You can smother it in butter, and I just eat it with lefse, man. It's the bomb.
Look at Rob's face.
I'll bring you some, Rob. You're gonna
Did
try
you
it.
say you eat Ludacris? That's a rapper. How do you eat Ludacris?
Ludafisk, baby. Ludafisk.
Ludacris? Ludacris?
Oh man. What about you, Rob? Anything you do outside the hobby?
Well, I got a lot of hobbies, sort of, kind of. I'm definitely 2A. I definitely love weaponry, so pretty much I collect stuff like that. Just get more knowledgeable on that, and as well, just what's going on with certain things. You know what I mean? I stay in the loop for the most part. So
Well,
I
that
mean,
sounds to me like don't be coming over to Rob's house thinking you're gonna mess with his fish, man.
well, it's not staying your grounds in Indiana, so
It's not.
it's not staying your grounds in Indiana. So.
You gotta be kidding.
Nope.
Well, there's a saying about that, Rob. I'd rather be tried by 12 than buried by 6.
Good thought. Good thought.
Okay, so he likes fishing and Rob likes to go hunting.
Yeah, me go hunting.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got some heavy hitters. What's up, everybody? I'm sorry, I'm not.
Oh yeah, we got. Who else we got in here? Oh, Florida Fish Rescue. How are you doing? Color Guppies. Monster Fish Gal.
Lori is everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Miss Lori.
Monster Fish Gal.
Yeah.
Her and Catfish Nation are definitely one of the. She helps my stream immensely. She's one of my mods. Great gal.
Now, let's get a little bit. I want to know about what you're going to be putting in that fish room. Anything specific you're dreaming of getting?
Well, Kenny said he was going to be getting me some fish that he'll be breeding soon. So I'll be looking forward to some of those. More of a common species.
He will be getting some paratilapia bleaker eye.
And some blinker eyes, yes. And then, of course, you just said that you got some blue jags. So I gotta get my hand on one of them, you know.
I'll be working on those, and you're gonna continue doing your convicts.
Oh yeah, you know I love my convicts, man.
Because I knew some of Kenny's stuff was gonna rub into you. You know, you're gonna end up getting some stuff like.
He's probably gonna have some Honduran red points in his showroom too.
Oh yeah, I started with convicts a long time ago, and I always loved them because they were the smallest fish with the biggest attitude. And I always thought, like, hey, that's me in the tank. Like, I'm the smallest dude, but I got the biggest attitude.
But they're fearless, baby. Fearless.
That they are. That they are.
Yeah, I see some convicts do some amazing things, beat up some big ones.
I've kept them with both South American and African cichlids, and they hold their own in both arenas, man. They do not play.
Now, would you get any new types? Anything, any type of new convicts you got coming? Any new type of?
At this point, I just got to get my hands on a space and get things going. And once that happens, that's when the real decisions will be, you know, to either, you know, start changing over. Because at one point in time, I wanted to do a cold water fish room, you know, just straight cold water. Maple Street Aquatics and Miss Aquaness have been just doing their thing over there with their cold water setup, and they will inspire anyone who is in, you know, subtropical type of fish, or even this any kind of fish. They will want some cold water fish after seeing every single thing.
Yeah, I mean, they open your eyes to it, man. I mean, you can't help but to walk away saying, I gotta have some now, you know.
Yeah.
Which cold water fish caught your eyes?
God, where do you start?
Right.
They got a bunch of different river darters. They got those real cool sculpin things. The sculpins are what really got my juices flowing. I love them sculpins. Something they don't have that they used to keep in their older videos is the sticklebacks. I love the sticklebacks.
He just got a bowfin, dude.
Yeah, bowfins are gnarly too. They're
just
awesome.
got a bowfin. So,
yeah, everybody talks about a mean cichlid. Bowfin, when it gets to full size, it's going to make your cichlid look like lunch. I mean, those things are a vicious predator.
Yeah.
And they got a pounds of pressure. Their bite would be equivalent to a pit bull. That's how many pounds of pressures they can smack on something.
Okay. Got to watch feeding that fish if you get bit by that one.
So you're going to feel it because they got nasty, about 1/4 inch to 1 inch teeth all the way the whole mouth, dude.
Yo, Kenny, your Oscar's back there getting it, fool.
They always do, man.
Dang.
They know they're on TV. He's gonna act a fool right now.
Yeah, they go through it.
That one right on my live stream, they were lip locking too.
I probably need to get these two their own tank now.
Yeah, I would say.
They go through that, and then they break it up, man. I might have to throw the third one in there to mix it up so they'll stop all that. But one that's right there that I'm going to have to I'm thinking I might put her back in a 100-gallon downstairs because I've been watching everybody sizing her up again. I don't want to see her get whacked.
Not good.
I had somebody donated. I hate to say it, but they had that poor fish in a 30-gallon. And that fish right there is 2.5 years old, guys. That's why you make sure if you get one of these South Americans, you got the proper tank size. Because I don't know if she's going to grow anymore. It don't look like she's growing to me. So
she may be stunted now.
That's what I'm thinking, man. So she's probably going to have to go downstairs because she ain't going to survive if I keep her in here.
Yeah.
She's been in this tank for 2 months.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot in the hobby. A lot of rescue fish. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fish should be 2 years old. It should be every bit as big as the motor above my head there. It should be a pretty good sized fish by now.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been feeding her good. I'm hoping with the space she'll grow.
What's you guys feeling right now on everything opening up and all these shows are about to start kicking off?
Brother, I am over the top ecstatic, man. I'm going. Yeah. I've already locked in. Danny and I are both going to the ACA down in St. Louis. That makes sense. If I'm going to hit one, it might as well be a cichlid thing. I hope to run into Scott down there, and I already know that Science Gal and her husband are going to be there, so it's going to be good to see fish people again, man.
Mm-hmm. Any shows you're going to be hitting up, Rob?
I gotta kind of take the back seat on this one. With moving into a new house within like a month and a half, maybe. Just getting that up. We got birthdays coming up soon, so just a whole bunch of things that don't align with this year. So just I hope to see a whole bunch of videos as always, because it's always to see every video from everyone's different perspective of what event they went to. So I'm really excited to see some of those.
I think the Orlando Aquashella is going to be the biggest one of the year.
I really want to go to that one.
I think if I go to an Aquashella, it's going to be Chicago, because then I can combine Aquashella with my family. You know what I mean?
If Chicago's there next year.
Yeah, it's pretty scary up that way right now, bro.
Hey, we only 2 hours away, hour and a half if you driving right.
Yeah, the Orlando one, that's gonna I think that's gonna break I think everybody's excited for that one. And Florida's so lax with all the rules still that I bet you right now if you try to make reservations, you might not even find one. for those days.
Dang. Yeah, they're lifting the mask mandate over here, so maybe.
Well, the reason that is, I mean, isn't like 60% of Florida's income is from tourism?
Yep.
It's a pretty high amount. I know that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's big. It's huge, but people walling out, it's just hey, but what can you do but just keep yourself safe? And you saying they raising the mandate at just in Indiana?
They are lifting it, like they're saying now it's upon approval of your business, and I've been vaccinated, so I'm not wearing no mask. I'm putting it to the test. I'm putting the science to the test. If you're going to say that the vaccine works, well, let's put it to the test. And I guess some states around us are trying to enforce or trying to persuade our governor to put more on it. And by all means, do what you do. But the CDC guidelines have came out, and if you're not going by them, then I don't know what to say.
How's it going right now in your state, Kenny? The whole pandemic.
We're still, our governor's pretty aggressive with keeping everybody's masks on. They want to make sure everything's cool before they start to let loose. They have now opened it, like bowling alleys are back open, movie theaters. So we're starting to show progress. Well, Rob, I mean, they had to do it. I'm a bowler, and we've already lost 4 bowling alleys forever in our area. They're done. They're done. They had to go belly up.
Dang.
Well, it was over a year with no profit, nothing coming in. I mean,
man.
And my argument to the bowling establishments and some of the other ones that they made shut down. Now, what's the difference between going bowling and if you go to a Costco or a Sam's Club where there's 2 million people in there? What's the difference? Same difference. Because they don't sell food, they don't get to be open. You still have the same risks. I mean, if somebody wants to take a time to bowl or whatever, it's on them, right?
Yeah.
Because that was the only thing I didn't think was fair, the way everything went down, is they kind of bullied certain businesses because you're not essential. But in reality, if you're over at a Costco and there's 2 million people in there, you got just as much chance. What? Because it's food, all of a sudden COVID doesn't know there's a problem? Come on. So that bothered me. And same thing with restaurant people. They all took a beating. I think like a businessman and how much damage that had to have caused them, And unfortunately, it put a lot of small businesses out of business is what it did.
Yeah, it did. It really did hit hard. It's tough. It's tough decision because a lot of people feel so many different ways about the whole pandemic.
Now I had to help you, Carlos, because you sell fish, and I heard the market for fish keeping went straight through the roof when that happened.
It opened doors because importing wasn't happening,
Right.
So It did open doors for me personally, from what I've seen in the hobby. It opened doors because now you can supply the stores, but it just opened the door. Now you got to have the product, and because there's still other people saw the chances too,
That's
a
true.
lot of people saw the chances. Oh man, they need fish. I need to start breeding and start supplying these wholesalers and these stores. And now you got to be consistent. You got to have quality, and you got to still match prices because they still had little spurts. The big guys still had little spurts where they were getting stuff, and when they got stuff, they got stuff. They're ordering ships coming in. People think it's a joke, but it's ships coming in to Florida with these fish ready to be dispersed throughout the United States. So when they bring fish, and you got to be competitive with them too. So it opened doors, but too, I learned a lot behind the scenes of the fish industry. I have been learning a lot.
The other thing I would say it did is it opened doors for people that wanted to be YouTubers. I mean, I don't know about you all, but my channel saw significant growth this year because of everybody being at home, looking for that something to do, everybody, I think.
More people stayed at home and we're getting tanks. And I know there's more channels opening. There's a lot more YouTubers.
That's true.
Somebody said we lost lots of small business around here to the shutdown. Yeah, certain people took advantage of it. Some people hurt because, like when he was saying the food industry grew. Things like DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that, they grew. Things that got their stuff to your door. Those businesses, they made money. They racked up.
The ones that really took the significant hit are the ones that were the mom and pop's little bar type thing where they had the little fryer in the back, but really was a drinking establishment for people to go and hang out. Those places folded everywhere around here. I mean, they're gone. Same thing with lost 3 or 4 bowling alleys. America was built on small business, and every small business that went down, it hurts me immensely. I don't like to see it, man, because that's everybody's dreams, down the toilet. I don't like to see that.
Right. That's true. But it also gives light to those bigger businesses that if something was this to happen again, they need financial backing or money to store away.
That's
Even
right.
For these small businesses that did survive this, there may be a certain time where they won't. So they need to put money back.
Oh yeah. And to survive in something like this, you had to pivot really fast, your business. You really had to pivot your business really fast to cater to the situation and the consumer. Yeah. And a lot of people weren't able to pivot, their business to do that. Some people were able to, even small businesses. I see some small business still, being able to keep it going just because they were able to pivot to be able to provide for the consumer. But too, right. A lot of home businesses opened up.
Yeah. That's for sure.
I think it probably changed the retail side of things now too, because a lot of these bigger companies have figured out that they can function outside of the office. So now I think you'll see a lot more working from home type environment. I think that's another positive thing it came. I think a lot of people will be allowed to stay at home now because they figured out we don't have to have this big building to operate. We made it without it. So.
I hate stupid people say knowing y'all has changed me and I have learned so much.
Knowing me has changed you in a positive way or a negative way? Because hey, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm glad.
Oh man.
Now talking about that, another thing that I wanted to bring up with you guys is having your channel and everything. Something I've been noticing lately is we get very repetitive because sometimes we get the same questions constantly. How are you guys dealing with that? Because I'm like, why am I getting the same questions if I just finished touching up on that same topic or about that? You know what I mean?
Danny and I's channel, we've never gotten into we just kind of go with the flow of the channel. And Rob, like I said, Rob does a very similar thing, man. We'll start off on a topic and I'll ask a couple of the norm questions. What do you keep, like we do? But then it just kind of goes where the chat allows it. I let the chat, and so does Rob, dictate where we go. And I think that's what keeps it fresh. I mean, Danny and I stream, but we try to stay on topic of fish, but it's impossible, man. We just kind of go with what it is, People want to have a good time. That's what it is. They want to leave your stream with a big smile. Maybe their gut hurting because they just got done laughing, And I think, that's kind of the way ours is went. Is yours about the same, Rob?
Oh, yeah. Not necessarily
more like
answer.
I was meaning more like just your channel in general. You know, like you do certain videos. You know, like sometimes we like to do educational videos explaining about certain fish and stuff. And you find yourself, you know, always answering. I find myself always answering the same questions.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I get the same repetitive questions, even though I still touch up on those videos, not the live stream. I'm mainly on the videos. Do you guys feel like you gotta keep on touching up, or just go on to the next one?
The thing I've learned about that, Carlos, is you are going to sometimes get the same question from folks, and the reason that is because there's every day somebody new popping in the fish world. You know what I mean? So I personally don't mind if I know that what I'm giving them is going to help them do the right thing so they'll be successful with the hobby. I'll answer the same question a million times if it makes sure that they'll stick around and want to do the fish. You know, what I hate to see is, and I'm not going to make examples or throw names or anything like that, but I hate when I see when there's somebody with a bona fide question and you could tell they don't know what's going on, and that person feels the need to attack them, or you should know this or whatever. All that's going to do is it's going to take that person, and now they're going to be like, the heck with this fish thing, man, I'm done if this is what I'm going to get. So like I don't think there's ever a dumb question would be the answer I have. I will answer the same question 2 million times if I know I got a shot of making somebody stick around in this hobby. That's my deal. But
Hey, that was a perfect answer. Like you said, sometimes people need you to elaborate a little bit more. Because I have a learning disability. A lot of people don't know. I grew up and I've had a learning disability since I was young and still do even to this day. And with me myself, if I know basically what you said, but I need more of a elaboration on it or something you'd go more in depth of, that's also another thing. But also with what Kenny said, when people ask a simple question, and this could be the first time they're interacting with you yourself, and for you to blow them off, like I had an example myself when I was a fan of someone and I tried to reach out to them about some fish, and they had a smart aleck comment and it turned sour, and I just said, you know what, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know how you are, but now I know, so I don't need you technically. I was just asking a question, but and then shortly afterwards my name was known by that person. My father always raised me as you never know who will be your boss or someone that you'll be close and working hand in hand with, so always be nice to someone.
We got a few more people in. Petro Man, how you doing? Elizabeth, Florida Fish Rescue, how you doing? Anna says, I need explicit instruction.
Yep.
Patrick, how are you doing? Now, the way I look at, because you said learning disability, and I always have my opinion on that, because a lot of people feel like disability and everything. First, I even hate that word, because if people looked into some of our greatest geniuses like Einstein and Edison and everything, they would have diagnosed those guys with something. Because this day and age, they would diagnose you with anything.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
So I just look at it like everybody's a little bit different because that's the way we were created, and we just gotta.
Yo, I got held back in the first grade. That's a learning disability, fool. I didn't know my ABCs 1, 2, 3s at the right time, so your boy got sat down for a year. Okay, I was the old fart of the class that was like, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm 19.
Oh man,
you were driving to high school since your freshman year, weren't you?
Yeah. People would be like, Rob, you got a car? Yeah. I couldn't park on the campus because I was the only freshman with a car. I had to park off campus.
They wouldn't let you park on campus?
Freshman? Okay, so I go to a 6A school. It has over 4,000 kids and 1,000 faculty members. And they won't allow freshmen to drive there, and then you only have to be a sophomore, junior, senior, and they give you stickers, and you have to put them in the front of your car, and if you don't have them, they tow you. So yeah, I had to park at the library where they didn't have any people who go over there, and I had to walk.
John McKenzie's second grade height requirement.
Oh man, yeah, I went to first grade, and I always count it like that. I always go kindergarten, first grade, second first grade, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Oh man.
Did you at least get the same teacher? Or they just switched you completely?
Actually, yes, for the first year. So it was crazy. The thing was, the year that she was holding me back, she held me back for the first year. So I basically had her again, and then she goes, well, guess what, Rob? I'm a loop teacher. I'm looping with you. So looping means I'm going to the second grade with you. So I had that teacher for 3 solid years, dude. Yeah.
R&B Animal says I was held back first grade 3 times.
See, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
So you must have been 22 when you graduated.
I was 19, bro.
You was 19, but they must have been like 21.
Yeah, I literally was sitting there looking at, sophomores and freshmen in my class, because there was a couple classes I couldn't take before I got in there, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. And then I became a fish keeper.
Then you became a fish keeper. How long after high school you got into it?
I was into it for a little bit. Actually, you know my background as a culinary chef for a little bit. I went to doing that, and then I realized that there's no money in it unless you get to a real restaurant or that nature. And then after that, pretty much, I had a beta on and off, and then I just went full blown into it because my lady had a goldfish tank that had algae all over the place. The filter wasn't even running because there was so much algae in it. The fish was sitting there like, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta see what's wrong with them. So I'm sitting here, on YouTube, and I'm seeing these people, and I'm like, I'm a little funny. I can do this. Lo and behold, YouTube is hard. YouTube is hard.
Yeah, if you're not doing something right, they'll let you know real quick.
Yeah, now that's the thing, though, Mr. Kenny. I've never really had some of the troll comments like I've seen on other channels, like where like, oh my God, you're gonna kill those fish. You should kill yourself before them. I'm like, whoa. Like I've never seen any of that nonsense on mine, and honestly, I think because people report it quickly before I even see it, but
right.
I never seen really that, and I think more or less when you're more genuine with it and you're not always thinking you know everything, people won't call you out on your BS as much. You know what I mean? Because I can tell you I know everything about fish until I'm blue in the face, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be honest because, who does, really? Who really knows everything about fish?
There's an old fable. If you stop learning, you're burning. Plain and simple.
Yep.
That's so true right there. Because I've been in this for a while myself too, and every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm trying something different in here, just because I want to learn more. It's just, in this hobby, you will grow. Like right now, I got a couple African cichlids in here. I was never into Africans. Don't have the names. I'll be like, what's this? I'm still learning about the different lakes. That's something that's been cool for me to be learning about the different lakes they come from and everything. But recently I had some dragon blood peacocks and everything. And right now I got a 55 with about like 20 regal blue peacocks.
Oh, those are pretty.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's a lot nicer stuff out there, but for some reason the peacocks are calling me right now. I like the way they look. Why you mean that?
Well,
Don't get the bug, dude. You're gonna get the bug, and it's over with cichlids.
No,
you're gonna have Malawi hawks before you know it.
And you know your water is pristine for them things.
I mean, I don't see myself getting away from my live bears. My live bears are. I won't get away from them. My sword. Oh no.
He said,
swords ain't going nowhere.
My sword. My sword.
Oh no.
Yeah, Danny's in the live bears big time. That's her thing. So,
and he's like free fish food.
Doing the betas too. You know, I've been playing with the betas right now too, and that's been fun to play with.
Betas, man. Now, once you get into beta breeding, now you talking serious. Well, and see, even beta keepers. Some of them are ruthless. Like they'll tell you that you're doing it wrong. Like they'll tell you you ain't right. You're not. It's not right. Just stop. Just don't do it no more. Like beta breeders are probably some of the harshest people to get knowledge of on, because if they know about it, they're gonna tell you.
Now, as fish keepers, my opinion on that is, look, I look at the old way some of the people do it, very simple. Mm-hmm. And these championship breeders overseas are doing some amazing stuff with betas. But here in the state, the stuff that they're doing, we look at it wrong. Why is that? But but we're all importing their betas coming over here. Everybody wants their stuff, but the way they keep fish is wrong, because they rather keep a fish in a small container compared to us saying, oh, a beta got to be in a 2-gallon, or other people say it's 5 gallons. You know, everybody got their own opinion on how big of a tank you should have a beta in. But the guys are supplying the biggest market, which is us, on betas, and the way they breed their championship stuff, they do it in cups outside with tanks made out of wood.
Mm-hmm. With water changes every day, getting the best food every day, and then they are more attentive because that's what they do. Most of us, we're always in a rush. We want the best quality, the quickest, and that's it. That's how we feel. And I think that's what we're getting away from, is just rushing stuff and not actually going back to the roots. Like literally what, like you just said, some people feel like 2 gallons is the best. Some people are breeding in cups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very touchy subject as betas. Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of opinions.
That's why I never say I'm the master of betas. Like I'm not. I love my betas, and I can tell you a little bit about them, but I ain't about to sit here and say I'm like. Nope.
That's Danny is a nice problem. We're still more hobbyist than breeder, man. I mean, I have stuff because I want to look at it. You know. Now, do we have stuff breed? Yeah, we have stuff breed, but it's not our main thing. It makes us go, man. We just like to have fish.
Word.
What's cracking, Biz?
What's going on, Biz?
Mismatch Socks, how you doing?
Jessica.
What up?
Now.
Oh, and Miss Joey said she wants to send her love with Royal Flush Aquatics.
Yeah, Royal Flush Aquatics.
She said the
Where
first
was
time
that
at our stream earlier, she said the first time she actually encountered that she had with you, she called you Royal Flush Aquatics.
Oh, she didn't know my name on my channel?
Well, it autocorrect, I think, and she said Royal Flush Aquatics. But that's a good one, because Royal Flush is a hard hand to beat in Texas Hold'em.
Oh man, y'all crazy. You see, man,
crazy.
Exactly what we was talking about in the beginning. We're already been 50 minutes into this live stream. Don't even seem like it just started right now.
Bruh. That's crazy.
Really, Alcohol saying, I think breeding in small areas much easy to breed, but if you have some magic water like me.
Well, send it in the bottles. You better start selling. You better start. I need some magic water.
Bottle up.
I need some water.
I will tell
I
you
need some
guys
rest.
one thing. That guy right there, Aquaballs, is the best kept secret on YouTube. People got to go over and check him out, man. He not only does that guy can breed anything he wants to breed, to include these gorgeous pythons. He's got all different kinds of morphs of python. I mean, the dude is
His
amazing.
rainbow shiners are good.
Literally anything he wants to breed, he breeds. That's the way it is.
Carlos, you see them rainbow shiners, G? You gonna be sitting there drooling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I be watching his channel. He got a lot of, he knows what he's doing. There's a lot of small channels that have a lot of great information. And
he's climbing, bro.
Like I was talking to you guys, like what brought you guys to the hot seat, what brought me to doing Wednesday Night Fish Talk was that, giving a light to channels that are actually doing, you know, some really good stuff out there and everything. Because I when I joined YouTube and when I got into this, I felt a lot of people didn't help each other. That was my opinion.
Yeah.
But then I was like, hey, you can't talk if you're not helping nobody, you know. That's what I told myself, and I'm like, you know, decided to do the live stream, and like, been almost a year is gonna go for, you know, the live stream.
Hey.
I'm gonna hit the year mark pretty soon, you know, and hey, it's been growing, and I get to meet a lot of different people. But lately, it's been a lot of cichlid people.
Cichlids are good for your life, brother. They're good for your life.
Yeah, and good for the fish room.
That's why you should go to the ACA in St. Louis, bro. Really get to see some cichlids for
man. He'll buy the whole dang place out. Don't tell him that.
There'll be a lot of African breeders down there, bro. Guaranteed.
But see, him living in Florida, it's hard for him to see it's hard for him not to see anything he's never seen before.
Yeah,
like he's the it's hard
because the place that I'm going right now that I've been learning about Africans and I'm, you know, been getting some Africans from and everything. It's 23 acres or 25 acres where they breed Africans at. So, you know, it's like I'm learning, I'm watching, I'm seeing some of this stuff and doing my own research too, and kind of, you know, grabbing some stuff myself right now and putting them in my tanks and seeing how they are. It's like, yeah,
dude, the best I've seen. The best I've seen with the Africans, I think the guy's in Arizona. I always forget his name and I forget, but I stumbled on his video, dude. He built a pond in his backyard specific to Lake Malawi.
Oh, Camp Cannon.
Oh, bro. I mean, I'm like, I want to go swimming in this dude's pond. It looks just like an African syphilic rift lake, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he has every different type of African, from grazers to predators to,
and they're all living simultaneously like they would in the lake, doing their natural breeding and stuff in that pond. He does nothing to it other than keeps it, you know, clean. Obviously, he's still got to clean it, but.
Now, Kenny, since you know so much about cichlids and everything, what would you recommend? What's a good group of African cichlids for a beginner to get into?
If I was a beginner, I would say start with the Mimbunas. Mimbunas are a good starter fish. You're going to get death and carnage, but the reason I say that, they're also one of the most forgiving for parameters. If you screw up a little bit, they're not going to freak because they can live in a wide range of parameters.
And much cheaper if they die. Much cheaper if they die.
But you're right down the right rabbit hole with me, Carlos. I love the peacocks. The only thing I would probably put in with your peacocks are some electric blues. Just get a few of the hop species in there. Give you a little color. But my love is the peacocks. They're probably top 5 as far as I'm concerned.
What group would you not recommend? Which one you say you beginner don't even get into that
Mimbuna.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say, once you get in, and they're great for a starter, but Mimbuna species are not going to stay. You pretty much can guarantee they're not going to do well with just about any other African you put in with them. They're going to chew them up. They're going to spit them out. It's over, you know.
It's hard to introduce an established tank as well. Like, it's the worst with an established tank because they're going to pick on them, man.
Now, do you recommend doing an all male tank as a beginning tank, or just do mix?
I would recommend that. If you don't want to be a breeder, I recommend all male, no matter what level you're at. Because the first thing in the African cichlids, you had a female, you're at an aggression. That's the first thing that's going to happen. They're all going to amp up. They're going to be flexing. They're going to be arguing over that female, and you're going to have death, guaranteed. I don't care which species you're keeping. Generally, if I'm going to have females in the mix, it's for breeding purposes only, and there'll be one male in with about 4 or 5 females. I'll do a breeding group. So,
so you recommend 3 or 4 or 5 females to 1 male?
Dude, they need a lot of options.
The one thing is, you got to figure once they're holding. I don't. Not everybody does it the way I do. I'm not a believer of stripping fish. I hate it. I hate it. You take that female, you throw her in a 20 by herself, let her spit, let her stay with her babies, recoup a little bit, get some fat back on her before you put her back in that breeding tank. And there'll be times, man, if your male's feeling frisky, you might have all your whole breeding group females in 5 different tanks. But what it does do, first off, the babies feel more secure. The female is gaining weight back. Then you put her back in with the breeding group. You'll find that it's just the right thing to do. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I know everybody does it their way. I'm just not a fan of stripping Africans.
Oh yeah. Now, when they spit, do they spit them and they still have an egg yolk or no?
No, most of the time they're going to come out ready to go, man. They'll be just little mini versions of their mom. And those things are, I mean, I love African fry. They come right out curious. The minute you put your face up, they're coming up to look at you, man. No fear right off that's one thing I love about Africans is they're so personable right off the go, man. Super, super cool. What I normally will do if I got multiple females and they're all, once the babies are starting to get to the size, is I'll throw them in at least like a 75 to 100 gallon to grow out. And I might have 6 different species in there, but they're all just growing out until they go to market,
Now, let's say you got 4 females that spit about the same time. Would you put those babies together in a bigger tank to grow out, or do you keep them separate? What do you prefer?
I put them all in the same tank to grow out.
And grow them out together?
Mm-hmm. The one thing that's unique about them, that they don't get aggressive with each other till, again, they get to maturity is when you'll see the most aggression. I don't have the fry picking each other off much. Mm-hmm. As long as they're getting food, they're cool. Now, they will take out the weaker ones, which you want them to do anyway. It's like nature's way of culling, you know what I mean? They are going to mess with the weaker ones, but you don't want to be taking that to one of your fish stores or sending it off in the mail to somebody anyway. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Culling is, man, I push that so much. I see so many people bring fish to stores, and then I go to bring them my fish, and they show me something they got from somebody, and they got 40 fish from somebody, and like 25, 30 of them just like, what's wrong with them?
Right.
Like, they're bad. Like, why people are not calling, and I know it's a touchy subject because some people be like, oh, that's killing the fish, blah, blah. I'm like, well, it would have happened in nature, and we're controlling nature. So we have to
my argument to that is if you don't want to kill them, you could always have that's why a lot of people have mutt guppy tanks or whatever. You could always throw them in another tank. If they're not, let me rephrase that. If they're not going to have a bad quality life for the reason they're needed to be cold, then throw them in there. Obviously, if they got a spine and are swimming around like this or whatever, you might think about it if their quality life isn't going to be there, but.
Biz says I only separate fry when I have different males on the tank.
Oh, I see what he's saying. It's when he's color line breeding.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've noticed, Biz, as they start getting to market size, you can clearly see which ones are which. So the only time it gets bad is if, like, Africans, if you're going to be in the African market, you need to understand it's like this, man. It isn't a steady like this where you're constantly growing. It's up, it's down. People come in and they go out. They come in, and it's because of the aggression with the African cichlids. So if you're going to do Africans, you best be prepared. If you have too many, now they're going to start reaching. That's when you got a problem when you grow out. When they start reaching maturity, now you got crossbreeding and stuff. That's when it can be a problem. You got to make sure that you're breeding enough in an amount that you can move in a quick period of time, because it's not fun. I've had it happen to me a couple of times. You know, I hit the bottom part.
Like that in every category in the fish hobby. I have noticed that it goes up and down. It goes up and down, and it's so many. It's first supply and demand. You know, is the biggest thing. Do they have those available? Because impulse buy is the biggest thing in the fish store. Ooh, I see that, and that's where it hits. And second, too, it always matters what is popular now on social media and people are doing, because people ride bandwagon. So it's all of a sudden somebody threw out a nice video about Viejas, and then next thing you know, you got 7, 8, 9 videos all of a sudden about Viejas. The market just blew up on Viejas. Now everybody wants a Vieja in their tank, Right. Polar Blues came out. Oh, Rob did a video. Kenny, everybody did a video. Then next thing everybody wants a Polar Blue,
Right.
Yeah, so stay away from those hybrids in the Africans. I got a Johanny hybrid. That is besides the Melochromis, that is the scariest African cichlid I've ever ran across, and I still have it. It's just only one African cichlid in the tank. That's it.
I do occasionally, because I know what ones will make what colors now. I do play with like the dragon blood lines to kind of enhance colors.
Really?
I mean, I've done it with firefish and dragon bloods and strawberries. So I know what color combos will do what. Where you get a bright red fish with these crazy yellows going through its face and stuff. So I mean, in the African market, there is a market for some of the hybridizing for color.
Oh yeah. There's a market for every fish. You just got to reach the right people.
Right.
And that's the main thing.
And having the right product at the right time.
Oh, yeah. Well, fellas, it's been an hour.
What?
Oh, yeah.
God, Rob, did that feel like 2 hours tonight?
2 hours. Felt like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Hey, that's what happens when you have good live streams.
We had a good time.
That's for sure, man.
Well, thanks for having us, Carlos.
Man, I appreciate it. I need to make it up to you, because when I was switching my time, I wanted to have you guys as my first guest. And then something came up, and then I had somebody, a couple other people already lined up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got a chance this week. I got to hit up Rob and Kenny and make it up to them. I got to get them back on the
understand shenanigans, man. That's YouTube. You got to go with the flow, bro. That's the way we are.
Oh yeah.
You guys been growing. I'm excited to see what Rob's gonna do in that garage of his. He's saying he's keeping it simple, but mark my words, he will have as many tanks as I have in his garage by the time he's done.
Oh no! Stop, Carlos. Do you know how much you have in there?
Not. It's not done yet.
Exactly. So no, exactly. Come on, man. Don't do that.
You'll have a nice amount of tanks. You're gonna catch the bug.
I think so too.
Gonna kick in. Then you're gonna run for $1 per gallon. Then Kenny's gonna keep sending you fish. Look at Kenny.
I did just get a promotion. I did just get a promotion at my job. So
plus, Rob, you're talking a good talk, but when you own your home and you don't have to move again, it's bad on you, bro.
Tell him.
It makes you think, oh, cool, man. I could set this up. I could do everything.
Well, Dave, thank you for joining. Everybody, thank y'all for joining us. It was my pleasure. Thank you guys again. And like always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all have a blessed night.
Peace out, guys.
You know it.